Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another week of yoga. Stay firm. Sending that right foot back. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Alexis Faye Yoga. I'm so very glad that you've decided to join me today. Today's class is going to be a lazy day yoga. So we're going to need a little bit of space, but feel free to do this class wherever you are in this moment. We can start out in bed or on a couch or on the floor, somewhere where we feel comfortable and able to start adding a little bit of movement in. Let's begin by laying flat on our backs. We'll take the legs long in front of the body. And we'll start by circling out the ankles. You can do one at a time or both, pointing and flexing. Starting to wiggle up the legs, rotating the legs out and in. We're going to wiggle out the fingers and the wrists, circling the hands around, maybe fluttering the fingers. And we'll allow the body to still again, taking a large breath in through the nose before fully releasing it back out. Taking a moment to scan through the body. Notice how we're feeling. Maybe a little low energy or a little stagnant. That's all right. We're going to start moving these energies around in the body while still honoring what the body is asking for in this moment. Still honoring the energies within and around today. Taking another large breath in through the nose, we'll release it out as a sigh. And then we'll walk the bottoms of the feet in. Lifting the hips up off the mat, tucking them forward and setting them back down. So we've gotten rid of the space in the low back. We'll heel toe the feet to the outer edges of the mat and find a little windshield wipering side to side. Taking the knees back up to the ceiling, we'll heel toe the feet so they're in line with the hips again, before taking both legs up towards the ceiling. We can always wrap the arms around the legs, putting a little more bend in, or keep them long. But we're going to continue circling, pointing and flexing the feet. Now putting a bend to the legs, we're going to find our child's pose. So we can wrap the hands around the outsides of the foot, or we can take our pointer and middle finger to loop around the big toe. Taking the knees out past the rib cage and gently pulling down towards the floor. Now feel free to play around in this pose as much as you'd like. You can extend the legs towards straight. You can rock side to side, wiggle out. Releasing the feet, we're going to grab for our left knee, hugging it into the chest, dropping the right leg long and all the way down to the floor. Giving that left knee a real big squeeze to the chest. We can find some leg rocks here, wrapping the right hand around the bottom of the foot and rocking the leg side to side. Or we can find some hip circles, taking the left hand to the knee and looping the leg around in both directions. Bring that left knee back in for another big hug to the chest. We're going to take it across the right side of the body, finding a gentle twist. Bringing that left knee back into the chest. And we'll take that left foot up to the ceiling. Bringing the right leg up. And pointing and flexing the toes some more. When we have our feet up in the air like this, we are allowing gravity to help us move any stagnant energy down and back towards the heart to be replenished with a fresh blood supply, fresh energy. And we'll bring the right knee into the chest, dropping the left knee long and setting it down. We can do the same hip rocks on this side or hip circles, or continue to hug that right knee in close. We'll bring the right knee in for another big squeeze to the chest before finding our gentle twist, taking the right knee across the left side of the body. I'll bring that right leg back in for another big hug. And let it go long. We're going to bring the legs back in again. Taking the knees to the ceiling, walking the bottoms of the feet in. And then dropping them over to one side so we can roll and press our way to seated. Taking the legs out long from the body. Sitting up nice and tall. Taking the arms up, and we'll take a few breaths. With our inhales, reaching just a little bit taller towards the ceiling. And with our next exhale, we'll soften the chest forward towards the legs. Putting as much bend to the knees here as you'd like. Remember, we're being gentle with ourselves today. Now we're going to add a little bit of breath work. With our inhale, extending tall through the top of the spine. Exhale, rolling or softening the chest towards the floor. So ragdolling our way up through the spine, rolling. Inhale, lifting the eyes. Exhale, softening. Again, put as much bend to the knees here as you'd like. Just focusing on the breath and how it's moving through the body. And an inhale lifts us tall. Again, we'll bring the bottoms of the feet in and make our way to a butterfly. Wrapping the hands around the bottom of the feet, sitting tall. And we can gently press down through the knees. Now, if you'd like, you can find a real gentle flutter to the legs, or you can find a sway side to side. Back to center again. We are going to loop our pointer and middle finger around our right foot so we can pick up our right leg, circle it around, and find a stack to the knees. So your knee stack may look like this, with your right foot on the inside of your left knee, or you can take it across the left knee and soften it down, flexing through both feet and sitting tall through the spine. We'll take the arms out nice and wide, really reaching with the fingers. And then we'll bring the left arm in, swooping the right arm underneath and finding a little twist to the arms. So the backs of the arms or backs of the hands can come together, or the fronts, lifting the elbows in line with the shoulders, continuing to sit tall through the spine. You can close the eyes, or you can look past the wrists. With a big exhale, taking the arms wide again. And we'll bring our right hand, pointer, middle finger, loop it around the right foot and bring it back around. Taking that right hand again, looping around the left foot, circling around, and finding our stack to the knees, sitting tall through the spine. Taking the arms out wide, reaching with the fingertips. We'll bring the right arm in front, circle the left underneath, and wrapping the hands. Unwrapping the arms, taking them wide, reaching long. And bringing the left hand around, scooping the toe, circle back to the top of the mat. We'll extend the right leg out in front, bringing the left in. And with our exhale, soften a little towards that right leg. If you'd like, you can bring the left arm around as well, or just do one arm. Inhale, rolling up the spine, lifting back to center, and we'll switch legs. Left goes long, right comes in, and we'll soften towards that left leg. Ragdolling up the spine, and we're going to make our way to standing. Wiggling out through the legs, through the arms. We'll take the right foot up towards the top of the mat, taking the left back behind, setting up for our warrior two. So finding a balanced spot, putting the bend into the right leg and the arms out wide. Big breaths here. With each exhale, with each inhale, imagining growing a little bit taller, a little straighter, a little prouder towards the ceiling. Good. Exhale, soften the arms down. Picking up the right foot, turning it towards the side of our mat or towards the area that our chest is pointed at. We'll pick up our back foot, and now our back foot becomes our front foot. Back to our warrior two, putting the bend into the left leg this time. Arms reach long, and the top of the head reaches towards the ceiling. Releasing the arms down, picking up the left foot. Now both feet are turned over towards the side. We can rotate the feet in or keep them parallel. With our exhale, we'll hinge at the waist for our wide-legged forward fold. Feel free to find some playful movement here. We can grab for opposite elbows, letting the top of the head drop to the floor, swaying side to side. You can walk your hands back and forth, or walk them away from the body and back in. Just finding a little bit of movement, whatever feels right. Checking in with the body, with the mind, and with the breath. With our inhale, we'll heel toe the feet in just a little ways, lifting the chest and body back up, Taking the arms out and finding a star pose. Wiggling out through the fingers, wiggling out through the hips. Bringing the arms down, we'll heel toe in so that our feet are just a little wider than hips distance. And we're going to end with our happy elephants, finding a twist to the body, letting the arms swing wild back and forth, moving any remaining stuck energies. And we'll let the arms run out of momentum, closing the eyes, taking a large breath in through the nose, and releasing it out as a sigh. Thank you so very much for joining me today. It is always such a joy and an honor to get to spend this time with you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Go in love and light.